Welcome to Sideline Sports, where we give you an up-close and personal look at the teams, coaches, and athletes that make up the Columbia Basin. Here's your host, Jeff Slakey.
It's another great episode of Sideline Sports this week. In wrestling, Quincy versus Ephrata. Boys basketball, Moses Lake versus Chiawana. And in men's basketball, Big Bend Community College takes on Fairchild AFB.
This portion of Sideline Sports is being brought to you in part by
iFiber Communications, the fastest internet in Washington State. Last week, Ephrata Wrestling overcame a 22-point deficit to beat Quincy.
Falling behind early, Ephrata Wrestling rattled off 6 straight match wins to erase a 22-point deficit and beat Quincy 44-25. The Jackrabbits jumped out to a 25-3 lead, winning the first 6 matches, including pins by Raul Barajas, Devin Salceda, and Tanner Wallace. Ephrata's comeback started with Cole Spencer getting the pin over Ray Robinson in the 182-pound weight class. Then Tigers' Drew Anderson pulled off a 12-2 win to cut the deficit to 25-13. Back-to-back wins from Elias Guevara and Efrain Bedolla put Quincy and Ephrata even at 25 apiece. Benji Hernandez gave Ephrata their first lead, winning 12-0 in the 106-pound weight class. Clay Johns held on to beat Daniel Cruz 14-11, and Brian Oliveira finished the comeback, pinning Miguel Ramirez in the 126-pound weight class. Ephrata heads on the road on Saturday for the West Valley Wrestle-Rama, while Quincy heads to Sela December 15th. This is Joe Utter for iFiber1 Sports.
Sideline Sports is being brought to you in part by
Cheryl Kono Farmers Insurance. Talk to farmers and get smarter about your insurance. In boys basketball, Moses Lake took on Chiawana.
Moses Lake's Zach Phillips poured in 32 points as the Chiefs held on to beat Chiawana 70-61. Phillips scored 15 of his 32 points in the third quarter to lead all scorers. The Chiefs overcame a slow start, down 5-0 early in the first quarter, as Moses Lake knocked down 4 three-pointers, including 2 from Corey Kunjara, to finish the quarter tied 14-14. An 11-0 run in the second put Moses Lake up 25-18, but Chiawana rallied to hold a 33-29 lead at the half. Phillips opened the third quarter, scoring the Chiefs' first 7 points, and finished the quarter with a 3-pointer as time expired to give Moses Lake a 4-point lead. Moses Lake had its largest lead of the game in the fourth quarter, 65-56. Chiefs' Ryan Carsetter finished the game with 14 points to go along with 3 steals. This is Joe Utter for iFiber1 Sports.
This portion of Sideline Sports is being brought to you in part by
Grant Transit Authority, celebrating 20 years of public transportation in Grant County. Transit, it's what moves us. The Big Bend Community College men took on Fairchild AFB on the hardwood.
Jacob McCord's combined 49 points led the Big Bend Running Vikings to back-to-back wins over Fairchild Air Force Base. McCord put up 26 points in Game 1 Friday night as Big Bend ran away with a 138-78 victory over the Falcons. The Vikings took a 61-40 lead at halftime before scoring 77 second-half points, shooting 8 for 10 from behind the arc. Big Bend finished the game with 18 three-pointers on 64% shooting. Vikings' Josh Erickson also added 26 points to go along with 7 rebounds. McCord had another strong offensive performance in Game 2 on Saturday, pouring in 23 points and grabbing 14 rebounds in the Vikings' 89-55 win. J.J. Eli added 17 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists in the game. The Vikings' defense held Fairchild under 30 points in both halves, keeping the Falcons' offense at 36% shooting for the game. Big Bend heads on the road December 16th for the Everett Crossover Tournament as the Vikings look to improve on a 4-3 record to start the season. This is Joe Utter for iFiber1 Sports.
In boys basketball, Eisenhower 78, Moses Lake 73, Toppenish 83, Ephrata 49, and Ellensburg 60 over Quincy 47. Girls basketball, Moses Lake 64, Eisenhower 11, Wapato 51, Ephrata 39, and Ellensburg 58, Quincy 30. This week's Sideline Sports Game of the Week, Moses Lake girls basketball at Sunnyside. It's Saturday the 17th at 5:45. Other games upcoming this week: in boys basketball, Warden takes on Royal City, Ephrata versus Sela, and Quincy versus East Valley. In girls basketball, Quincy versus Othello, and Ephrata versus Prosser. In wrestling, Moses Lake versus Davis, Ephrata versus Wapato, and Quincy versus Sela. This has been another presentation of Sideline Sports. I'm Jeff Slakey.
Your debit card is gone, vanished, never to be seen again. At least you have the WTB mobile app from Washington Trust, so you can report your debit card lost or stolen and immediately block any unauthorized purchases. Then just swing into any branch and get your new card on the spot. It's so quick and easy, you may even have time to tackle some yard work.